This morning, new audio from police and fire scanners as a building under construction in Denver's Uptown neighborhood collapses in a fiery mess. It happened at the 1883 North Emerson Street. You can see it on the map. That intersects Park Avenue right between 18th and 19th.
In the next few hours, search crews are heading back out to the scene to try and find that person still missing as investigators try to pin down exactly what happened.
So we have live team coverage this morning covering every aspect of this investigation and what you can expect today and how you can get around that area if your commute goes through that neighborhood.
And let's start with Denver7's Megan Lopez. She's at a green space just east of the scene along Ogden Avenue.
Now, Megan, we spoke to you about 30 minutes ago. You said the crews were still gathering there, keeping an eye on the situation. What are they doing right now?
Well, it's still not very active right now. This area is blocked off. I have seen some people actually walking through it, but I think they were just trying to get to work. I mean, there's just a lot of closures that are in this area at this point. Still very dark, so waiting for the sun to come up. Something I can tell you, Mitch and Molly, is that we can still smell that smoke. It was immediate when we opened our live truck door. I mean, that smoke just came upon you, and as we were running our heater in our live truck, we could definitely smell it as well. Now, I want to give you a closer look of the scene and what we're seeing. In order to do that, we've set up a second camera, so I'm going to go ahead and walk on over to it. But what I can tell you is that the firefighters said yesterday that this was almost a complete loss for this building and that 5 others were also damaged. I mean, we're talking about just serious damage here. You can see a Denver police officer that is a cruiser that is on the scene, keeping an eye on everything and making sure that people stay out. And I want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the heat. It was incredibly hot. The firefighters said that it was so intense that you could feel that heat from 300 feet away, which is even further back from where I was originally standing. Now, it was so hot and so big that those 5 other buildings caught on fire, as well as about 40 other cars. One person is dead, but was not identified as of yet this morning. We're waiting for an update at about 6:30, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit more. What we also know is that one person is missing but presumed dead. Crews are going to be looking for them this morning when they return to the scene. Crews are also they had responded to 6 other injuries. A lot of it was smoke inhalation. And people that we spoke with yesterday say that it was just raining down hot ash and soot.
There was kind of like debris that was on fire, very hot, coming down from the sky, and it actually tore some holes through our the canopy on our patio. And at one point too, probably some old leaves from the fall that were in the gutter, and they started to smoke as well.
So there are a lot of media crews that are on the scene this morning, more so even than fire crews or response crews at this point. So we're waiting again for the sun to come up. What I can tell you is that the power outage in this area still is affecting about 40 customers, according to XL Energy. We're live in Uptown. Megan Lopez, Denver7.
Well, right now, right there near Megan, several streets are still blocked off around that fire scene. Intersections, they've turned into 4-way stops.
And Jason Luber joins us now. Jason, are there other routes people should be taking to get around this during their morning commute?
Yeah, there can be a couple of other routes. Let me show you on the map. So this is downtown Denver, and then this is the fire area just off on the outside of downtown. So Emerson is obviously closed, but that's still residential. Nobody really uses it. 18th is open, and that is the main route for folks to try to go into downtown Denver. It's the one-way street going west into downtown Denver. If you can't access that, but for whatever reason, there might be an investigation later on this morning, you could always run up to either 20th or go down to Colfax to get around it. And then Park Ave, you might see a lane restriction or 2 there, but otherwise that is open as well. So those are going to be the major routes that could be affected here. The other ones are pretty residential, and you can get around it in okay shape. All
right, good advice there. It's 5:35. Right behind us, you can see what the building was supposed to look like. It was supposed to be an apartment building, meant to replace some old homes and other smaller apartment buildings at that site.
And that was, of course, before it went up in flames. This is what it looks like right now, completely charred and burned to the ground. And we continue our team coverage with Denver7's Nicole Brady. She has the very latest on the investigation at this hour and what the next steps are.
And Nicole's at the corner of 18th and Emerson there. That's about a half a block away from that scene. You've been there for about a half hour now, Nicole. What's happening there?
Well, right now, we still have a Denver police vehicle blocking this scene off because it is very dangerous. No one should be going anywhere near this right now. Investigators, however, will be back out here today on the scene looking into what caused this. You can also see behind me 18th Street, as Jason Luber mentioned, fully open here, but Emerson obviously closed. And again, this scene just still very dangerous for anyone who might try to come out here. The main question we're trying to answer is what caused this. We do know that this building was inspected just Monday and no problems were reported on that day when it was inspected. We also have new sound this morning from the scanner traffic revealing that this could have actually been a lot worse.
Have reports from on-scene personnel that they have personnel on the alley side, fourth floor, jumping from the building. I'm going to go get eyes on it now.
So this morning, the developer Alante Properties issued a statement sending condolences to the family of the man who was killed out here, but they did not provide any information on the building itself or anything that would indicate what may have started this. That's the question we'll continue to work to answer today. Back to you guys.
All right, we're staying on top of the story as it develops. You can tell we have multiple crews there on scene throughout the morning.
If you have to get out the door, you can always get live updates up to the minute on the free Denver7 app.
All right, let's talk about the weather this morning. It's very fortunate we didn't have those winds yesterday during that fire that we had earlier in the week. Today looks rather mild.
Yeah, meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo joins us now. Lisa, any snow or rain coming in the next few days?
Yeah, you know, if we see it, you guys, I think it's going to be in the mountains come late Friday into Saturday, and it's not going to be heavy snow. We'll talk a little more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Let's get you out the door, though, on this Thursday. We do have a little more cloud cover early on. We're going to be in the low to mid 30s, and it's really warm and dry. Now, the winds today are fairly calm. Again, they're going to pick up a bit more tomorrow. We're at about 65 degrees by 3 o'clock under a mostly sunny sky by this afternoon. So by 3, right around DU, you're going to be at 64. Littleton and Highlands Ranch, 65. Centennial today, 62. So it's a warm one. We're a good 10, 15 degrees above normal this next couple of days. And that sunrise, again, is going to be an issue. Jason, we do have a bit more cloud cover across the plains in spots this morning, so it might help at times, but it is going to be a beautiful afternoon. We'll talk more about this warm up and that next storm coming up.
And so far, really so good across most of the freeways here this morning. Had some overnight construction here and there, including down on the south side of town where we had the westbound side again of 470 that was restricted on over to Quebec. Now, from the camera that we have at I-25 at County Line, that's the northbound side, southbound side. Usually when the camera's facing south, I can see if that ramp is still restricted. It looks like they are starting to get most of the ramp. It should be all open by now. And there was just some of the leftover work on the shoulder, so the roadway is basically open. Let me show you one bad crash that's over on the east side of town. It is going to be on the northbound side of Colorado Boulevard, just after Hale Parkway, right about 12th Avenue or so, before you would get to Colfax. They said they were going to temporarily shut down Colorado Boulevard right there at about 12th to move all the debris and get the cars pulled out of there. So if they did that, then you just have to go right through the neighborhood, go around, and it should just cost you a couple extra minutes to go north on Colorado Boulevard.
New this morning, more than 17,000 people want Kobe Bryant's Academy Award pulled. It's all over sexual assault accusations here in Colorado from 2003. A hotel employee accused him of assault, but Bryant said they had consensual sex. He settled a lawsuit with the woman years ago, but now people are upset he was even nominated since he was accused. The petition is picking up steam on social media this morning. We will keep you posted.
An irrigation company is suing Weld County commissioners because they approved plans to build a new concrete and asphalt plant. The company says that plant, which is along the Larimer County Canal, could contaminate the Poudre River base's water supply. That supply is used to irrigate about 40,000 acres of farmland. The county has not responded so far.
We have an update to a story we've been following here on Denver7. Colorado lawmakers have killed a bill that would have required oil and gas operators to prioritize people's health and safety when planning new drilling sites. The bill stemmed from the Martinez versus the COGCC case. A lot of people who supported the bill obviously are not happy, but they say they expected it. A spokesperson for the COGCC says it's grateful the bill died because it would have halted energy development in our state. And we have an update this morning on another drilling plan we've been following for the last couple of days. Despite the call for more research, planners in Erie have approved the plan to increase oil and gas setbacks. So now drilling sites will have to be at least 350 feet away from homes and buildings as opposed to 150 feet. The vote was 6-1.
Today, Greenwood Village is kicking off development of its new Transportation Master Plan, as they call it. The town wants to develop a transportation system to help you get around the area, as well as to ways to and from Denver. So there's an open house. It's tonight at 5. It's over at the Greenwood Village City Hall to get your input on what you want to see make your commute easier, frankly. This project is going to take about 18 months. New numbers in this morning show if Colorado's snowpack is going to get back on track this season, well, we would need to see a 200% above average snowfall next month. Our snowpack is only 72% of normal statewide. Not only is that disappointing for skiers and boarders certainly right now, but it means trouble for our reservoirs and the water supply this spring.
It's day 3 of the Burton U.S. Open happening right now in Vail. Today's events include the half-pipe semifinals. During yesterday's contest, Silverthorne's Chris Corning qualified for the slopestyle finals. Those are tomorrow. This is new video into the newsroom of his run yesterday. Now, he failed to qualify for the same competition at the Winter Olympics, so this was a little bit of a redemption for him. It's the opposite for Olympic gold medalist Red Gerard and silver medalist Kyle Mack. They both failed to make the cut.
It's 5:42. Let's give you your daily snow total check here. There you see Vail, 49 inches at the base, A Basin 51, Breckenridge 51, Loveland 51. That seems to be the going number, but Winter Park says, oh no, we've got 64. There you have it. All right, just in time for spring break, there's a new travel alert from the U.S. Embassy about Mexico.
And hours after Florida passed a new gun bill, people in one county are trying to take it one step further.
And a new report out just this morning that claims to reveal what caused that deadly collision involving a U.S. Navy ship.